All right, guys, welcome back to Tuesday Night Pro Scrims. It's time to kick off the first map between compLexity and Curse. It's going to be Yemen Hardpoint. So, Mr. X, we were talking about Yemen a little bit earlier before we went to break. Tell me the keys to victory on this map.
The keys to victory on Yemen Hardpoint are controlling the market hill, which would be the third hill, getting points off of the first hill, and then also the biggest rotation is going to be from market to church. If you can win that rotation from market to church.
Man, you done goofed. Your Xbox just pooped the bed.
Yeah, disk unreadable.
You're going to have to go restart the lobby, fix it.
Okay. But yeah, those are the most important rotations.
All right, so what happened? Mr. X's Xbox, something went wrong with his disk. It went unreadable. So is there any scratches on that? You're going to clean it?
I don't think so. That's pretty good.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, it's fine.
But church hardpoint, obviously, it's the most important one on the map.
Right.
But I feel this is also a map where score streak control, it's very crucial because you can knock them off, just about every single hard point instantly.
Yeah, if you can build streaks up until statue, you basically control all the statue hills. So I think that's another important thing you're going to see. But most of the time you build your streaks off of either treehouse or church.
Yeah, so I think a lot of teams, they really like to push into the church even for the scrappy time where, I mean, it's okay if you rotate 30, 35 seconds, especially early on in the game. You just want to make sure you don't feed streaks at all costs. That's what, a lot of teams find their downfall there.
Right. I'm a big fan, though, of holding the church hill for as much time as possible. Because I believe that you can break the statue pretty easily, even without streaks. Because it's so wide open that if you pinch, you can spawn the team way out. And you can get most of that time regardless of when you rotate.
Hey, can I get an invite to that game?
Do you want one?
Maybe. You just passed my name. You invited me last.
Well, I want to make sure I want to make sure Miracles stops playing domination on pod. So I'm trying to get him in here as fast as possible.
All right, so we're gonna get the players back into the game. Of course, you already know Yemen Hardpoint will be the first map. Now, give me a score prediction. What do you think the score is going to be?
I am going to say 250 to 181 compLexity.
I'm going to say 250 to 150-ish compLexity.
Okay.
I think it's going to be, because you guys are probably the best Yemen Hardpoint team out there.
Yeah, we practice Yemen Hardpoint a lot because it's a pretty good map, and if other teams don't practice it, it's a huge advantage for us.
Especially when you bring in the veto system to effect. I mean, you're clearly not looking to veto Yemen, which forces the other team to
veto Yemen.
If they don't veto Yemen, if they veto, maybe they don't like Sum's hardpoint, well then, I mean, you guys are going to choose Yemen every time.
Right, you have to pick whether you're going to play Slums or Yemen. It's not too good of a choice either way.
I mean, and Slums and Yemen, those are like compLexity's best hardpoints too. Like, you guys love Slums, you guys love Yemen, so. Yeah. Do you want to have a chance on Slums or Yemen? I feel like a lot of people would choose to veto Yemen over Slums. Yeah,
a lot of people choose to veto Yemen over Slums just for the fact that they refuse to practice Yemen, which it kind of boggles my mind. I don't know.
Do you think
it's a good map?
Is it just because they think they could just veto it every time?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone just vetoes it no matter what.
What happens is, like, essentially there's a mind game there. So maybe a team is like, we're terrible at raid. We think that they will veto Yemen. So they'll veto raid in hopes that the other team will take out Yemen. But then they're like,
oh no.
Well, I'll play Yemen, sure.
Why not?
And then they're like, oh crap, we gotta play Yemen.
And I think a lot of the thing that goes into Yemen is that it's an AR dominant map. So you can run 3 ARs pretty successfully all throughout Yemen, except for probably the church. But a lot of teams don't have 3 really good ARs that they can throw out there. So to play 2 subs and 2 ARs on Yemen, it's very difficult. You can do it, but it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of smoke grenades coming from the submachine guns, especially on that first hard point. You're pretty much going to see players just throw out those smoke grenades and put their body onto the hard points. So we'll see how the subs maneuver around the map. Everyone's back into the game. Mr. X, I hope your Xbox doesn't freeze up this time. All you need
change.
Do you know the rules?
I know the rules, bro.
All right. All right, I'm going to let you set them up then.
Revan's making fun of me because he thinks I don't know the rules.
All right.
Which is a blatant lie.
In the first lobby, you said, you're like, Revan, I don't know the rules.
He's lying to you guys out there.
I don't know the rules.
He's lying to you guys.
What are you doing in spawn settings? You don't touch anything in spawn settings.
I'm just making sure we don't. I think I got everything.
All right, you got
it's fine. Yeah, they're
game
not
recording.
Yeah, just tell them don't use anything with the ban. All right, let's go. We're gonna play some Yemen hard. Well, we're not gonna play. We're gonna cast Yemen hardpoint.
We're gonna watch Yemen hardpoint.
Yeah, we're gonna watch people play Yemen hardpoint.
All right. So who's gonna be the player to watch on compLexity?
You know, I really want to watch the anchor battle between BLFire and Clayster. I think that BLFire, he can't really play that aggressive AR against Clayster, and I want to see if he changes up his playstyle against compLexity.
Well, Yemen, it's that map where there are a lot of corners to hide in, especially for the anchor player. So blindfire, if he wants to be aggressive on Clayster, he's got a lot of places to check. Of course, that is if he rotates last, but we're going to start off with blindfire here and see what he does off the start. I love going to this position. He's going to get his teammates a good cover fire when they go to the middle hard point.
Right, and it's extremely important to get some cover fire when they go to the middle hard point. He picks up a nice kill on Teep right there. And, you know, oh no, he just did him dirty. But that's actually one of the first times I've seen somebody go up to that spot off the start of the game.
Yeah, usually when they go up there, they're going to have dexterity. They climb up really fast. But let's hop on board with someone who's being a bit more aggressive. So Twiz, usually we see him with a submachine gun. That seems to be his gun of preference. But, you know, we're talking about it, Yemen. It's a bit more favored towards the assault rifle. Twiz, he recognizes this, and he pulls one out.
Right, yeah, he's going to have to run an assault rifle because I know most of the time we run either 3 ARs or most of the time 3 ARs in either sub or shotgun.
Oh!
So, nice kills. And it's going to be extremely important, you know, for Curse to get this rotation down because they're giving up a ton of time on this first hard point.
Yeah, they're already down by 10, but, you know, there's only 5 seconds remaining, and they got some good positions set up over near the treehouse hard point. You see Aches, he's going to try to push topside along with his teammate TP, but it's going to be Clayster holding off for the time being, and he just got score streaks from the capture points, finds one in the outskirts, now working towards the cell chopper. It's Clayster. He's on his 6th, make it a 7-kill streak. More players coming from the dirt pathway, finds another one. Clayster, he's going off right now, one away from the cell chopper, can't pick up the kill there on the blind fire, but the damage has been done, Mr. X, as these score streaks, they could come into play on the very next hard point.
Right. The stealth chopper on this map actually is kind of effective, especially on that statue hardpoint where streaks really come into play, or even on the rotation to market. A market hardpoint's a great one for the stealth chopper. It's kind of a bummer we didn't get to see the stealth chopper this game.
Oh man, I haven't seen one of those in a long time, but if you're struggling taking out the stealth chopper, actually 2 black hats will take it out if you want to use a black hat hardpoint. I mean, it's just if you're struggling with it.
Just saying.
A lot of players like to just switch up to the default rocket class and take it out with that. But if you want to be adventurous and you want to earn my love, use those black hat PDAs. But back on board with Clayster here as we're about to switch hard points. We're going to the back market here, and if you got a good setup going on this one, you can earn a lot of points. And Clayster, he's close to overlapping his score streaks.
Right, and it's extremely important to notice the setup that both compLexity has right now and the push that we're seeing from Curse is that they're he did them dirty. But
wow!
Curse actually tried to pinch from both ways and the mid stairs, which is a great push. But you notice the timing is a little bit off. I think that's just because they haven't played together a lot.
Stealth chopper on standby.
He got his stealth chopper. Is Clayster the best, or is Clayster the
GOAT.
best?
He's the GOAT. Look at him go.
He's just going off right now. I gotta take a look at our scoreboard. 19-4. So
he is probably screaming
he's got
into his
more
microphone
kills
right now.
than his entire team combined.
Yeah, it's impressive. He might be pretty good.
20 kills, just about 20 kills in around 3 minutes of gameplay. Is that good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. But this is a huge rotation for Curse right here. If they were to lose this rotation, just spawn out, it's pretty difficult to come back.
Yeah, and if they win the rotation, if they lock down the church hard point for a
they
full 60, yeah, they're right back into the game. So it's coming down to church here. You got complex inside, but let's take a look at the new guy from Curse Gaming. It's going to be Miracle. This guy's such a talented submachine gun player, and Black Ops 2 is definitely his breakout game. So we'll see how he does here on Yemen. You got Crimsix going around the outskirts. Miracles finds him, easy kill there, but one more in the back, taking out Aches as Twiz was able to find Clayster. It's all going to be up to TP, but he's quickly dealt with. Let's stay on board with Miracles through the respawn as it looks like compLexity. They're going to try to fight through the front. Clayster is going to rotate back, does pick up the kill on the Miracles, but how is compLexity going to go about breaking this hard point?
You know, they're going to EMP from the sides and the front and try and blow up those trophy systems and then flood up the stairs in the back. But one thing I was noticing about Miracle's gameplay there is when he was on Impact, you saw him playing a lot more around the hill and in the hill. Maybe with this team, we're going to see him play more of a Slayer role outside of the hill and complex play more objective.
Oh man, Miracle's just going after some slang kills. That's going to be a scary sight to see. I mean, the guy's shot is just unreal. So you put him in a position to pick up kills, and he's going to pick up a lot of them. Blind fire on the screen just got taken out. Let's go on board with Ace, who his clan tag is sick, but you know it's only a common cold.
Hard point locked down.
Michael Jordan played with a flu.
Actually, they say that was food poisoning, but we can talk about that between games.
Conspiracy theories?
No. They said it's food poisoning.
All right.
But this is actually an extremely important hill for compLexity because they're letting Curse come back, and they have to be close to feeding either Twiz or Miracle streaks right now.
Miracle's already has them as he picks up one more kill inside the Hardpoint. I believe he just earned himself the War Machine. So we'll see when he decides to bring that out. He's on a 7 kill streak, so he's got something to try to combat Clayster streaks, but how do they deal with the Stealth Chopper? And more importantly, when is Clayster going to decide to call that bad boy in?
Right, I think Clayster is saving.
He's about to get another set of streaks.
Yeah, I believe he's saving the Stealth Chopper for the end of the game, which I think is probably a smart play because usually Yemen either goes one of two ways. It either is a blowout or it's usually a close game all throughout. So I think he pretty much has seen first rotation of hardpoints. Okay, this is going to be a closer game, so let me save my Stealth Chopper for the end.
What do you think about him using that Hellstorm and now Lightning Strike in transition to the middle hardpoint? Is he just feeling confident that he's going to?
I think he's feeling confident that he's going to pick up at least 1 or 2 kills on or around the hardpoint right here, which will give him streaks again.
Well, there you go. Earned himself the Hellstorm missile back, looking for the Lightning Strike, which is very useful on this map, but he won't get it there. Still has the Stealth Chopper to call in as there are 35 seconds remaining on the middle hardpoint. You see Ace, he's going to be leading the way onto the hardpoint. Clayster does challenge over near the back railing now. You talked about setting up on this middle hardpoint. What are the key power positions around this? What side of the map do you want to control to get as much time as possible on the mid hardpoint?
Ultimately, you want to control the top spawn by market to be in good position to push from Treehouse. Because if you're going to try and push Treehouse from beach side or the low side, it's extremely difficult. So you see Miracles right now rotating through Statue, which is a smart play because he's trying to get swarmed to his next Treehouse. And I mean, this battle right here could determine the whole hill.
Not only that, Twiz, here's the one getting the scrappy time on the middle hardpoint. So now it's only a 1-point game. You're going to see TP. He's inside the hardpoint now, but here comes Miracles. Does have that War Machine, and I expect him to use the War Machine right here. He's got the better spawns. He's got a good line of sight into the hardpoint. Here comes a Hellstorm missile, though. That's going to be from TP, taking out Miracles, but he was able to take out Crimsix, who was trying to flip the spawns, but I'm looking at the minimap compLexity. They got the better spawns, 40 seconds remaining on the Treehouse hardpoint.
Right, now that they have the better spawns, they really just need to hold this and maintain it. You can give up 20, 25 seconds here, knowing the other team doesn't have streaks, but Miracles does have streaks to break the market spawn. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this here. I really wouldn't push this to try and get the time, because I feel like you can still hold the top spawn through streaks. You know, you can get into that mid building, you can get Curve Street in that building and fight up that way.
Twiz is doing some major work here at the market hardpoint. Picked up 2 kills in transition now. Here comes the Stealth Chopper from Clayster. We're going to see these guys from Curse. I assume they're just going to try to maybe suicide, switch over to the default rocket class and deal with this as soon as possible. But it's going to be a nuisance. Actually, he's just going to use the Hellstorm missile to take out. Brilliant move there from Miracles as, you know, it looks like the Stealth Chopper was dealt with. So as soon as he gets called in, he gets taken out.
It's still a nuisance, though. You notice that? Like, he could have switched classes to break that, but he's using his streaks to effectively get rid of streaks.
Oh.
And there's a 3-piece with the Lightning, but, you know, I like that he had to waste the Hellstorm to get rid of that Stealth Chopper. Even though the Stealth Chopper didn't get a kill, it pretty much burned a streak of Miracles.
Not a streak, and also the Lightning Strike after that to try to break this up. TP responds with a Lightning Strike of his own as compLexity. They're going to retake control of the market to hardpoint, but with 25 seconds remaining, you're looking at the minimap. Watch both these teams rotate. You see Curse, they're there initially, but you got TP who's going to go around the outskirts. Clayster will be jumping to the middle, and this is going to be Ace leading the charge. And Ace, he's on your screen now, Scorpion in hand, finds Twiz, but there's a player inside the hardpoint. I mean, finds him on the stairs, but it's going to be Miracles staying alive, and he's got the War Machine. I think this is the exact moment he was saving his War Machine for. If they ever lose control of the church hardpoint, he's going to be able to bombard it through the front and pick up all the players from compLexity inside the hill.
Yeah, and it's extremely important that the players from compLexity switch to Flak Jacket, but also you can EMP Miracles and he can't use the War Machine. So it'll be interesting to see if they just switch to more EMPs or they switch to Flak Jacket.
2 players going through the hop-up. Miracles finds them both, and now he's getting close to the Hellstorm missile and Lightning Strike, which are definitely going to come into play the very next hardpoint, and he earns them there, finding 1 more point over near the pickup. Running out of ammo, has to switch to his knife, but won't find the kill. compLexity, they got to break this hardpoint. They're currently down by around 50 points as Hellstorm missiles getting called in for Curse. It looks like Clayster does get cleaned up, and in the meantime, Twiz, he's alive and picking up points inside the hill.
Yeah, and I really like the way we're seeing Miracles play right now. He's playing a lot more aggressive than he did on Impact, not just kind of sitting and holding the hills.
Boy.
So, yeah, and we're just seeing him slay right now, and he's one of the best. He just has some of the best guns still in the game.
I'm liking Miracles on Curse right now. 40 kills, 18 deaths, 7 defense. So it's not like he's just roaming around the hardpoint looking for kills. He's doing work inside the hardpoint as well. You see Glacier, he's leading the way for complexity, 37 and 21. Crim and Aches, they're struggling a little bit, but you know maybe it's just some first map jitters for complexity. But Twiz, he's on your screen here as Curse. They have this game won. It's only a matter of time before they reach 250.
So we were both wrong in our prediction.
Yeah, we were both way wrong.
Way wrong. We were like way wrong.
I mean, my points were kind of right, except if you switch Curse and complexity.
Yeah. Well, you know, Curse really, they came out really strong, and they controlled the game with streaks, you know. Miracles had, I believe, 2 or 3 full sets of streaks. I believe we just saw Twiz have a full set of streaks. So, you know, that's about 4 sets of score streaks, and you're not going to win hardpoint against good teams with giving up 4 sets of score streaks.
You know, granted, complexity, they had a hot start as well. Glacier getting that stealth chopper very early on, especially with the early sets of streaks, but they just weren't able to make it work on Curse. They just did an amazing job coming back into the game despite not having score streak control. But see Twiz in the round ending kill cam there, and Curse, they impressed me on that first match.
Oh, they're extremely impressive. You know, Miracles 40 and 21. Fire 33 and 25. You know, huge games from both of those, and the 4 sets of score streaks is really what you got to talk about. Yemen is such a wide open map that if you're going to give up 4 sets of score streaks, you're going to lose pretty much every time.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to hold your setup onto the hardpoint when the other team has just constant score streak control. So Curse, they come out strong on map number 1, Yemen hardpoint. Quick commercial break. When we come back, we're heading to map number 2. It's going to be Search and Destroy.